Mira says woof. I love you.
On their very first meeting, a dog named Mira walked up to Greta and without a moment of hesitation, settled right into her lap. Greta had no idea that from that moment on, Mira would never want to leave her side. It all started with a simple trip to the shelter, where she had come just to see the rescued puppies. 14 adult dogs and 9 puppies, including Mira, were found by volunteers in crates inside an abandoned house. The puppy's mother was so exhausted she could barely stand, using every bit of strength just to feed her babies. After seeing a post about the rescue online, Greta decided to go meet the puppies in person. The moment she stepped into the shelter, Mira came over on her own, climbed into her lap, and fell asleep right away, as if she finally felt safe. It was impossible to ignore a moment like that. Greta knew she would take her home, long before she understood how strong their bond would become. At home, Mira quickly showed who she really was. Gentle, open, with emotions you could read right off her face. She revealed herself as a playful, social dog who connected easily with people and happily met other dogs. Her personality showed up too. If she waited too long for a treat, she began tapping her paws on the floor, making her feelings very clear.
Are you hungry? You want my food?
And during this time, Greta noticed something she didn't expect. Mira seemed to be searching for a way to talk, and that became the first step towards something that would completely change how they communicated. Over time, it became clear that Mira was trying to communicate not just with gestures. Greta taught her to use 12 talking buttons.
You want a treat?
And out of all of them, Mira pressed one more than the others, the mom button. As soon as Greta stepped out of the house, Mira pressed it again and again, as if calling for her and waiting for her return. Little by little, she turned into a true Velcro dog, following Greta almost heel to heel, afraid to lose sight of her. And even though that kind of attachment felt natural, one moment with a toy showed that Mira's emotions could run much deeper than Greta ever imagined. Deep enough that even a simple toy could cause a real worry. Mira loves playing with plush toys, so over time, Greta ended up with a spot at home she jokingly calls the ICU. That is where the torn toys wait for repairs. One day, Mira's favorite little elephant ripped, and Greta sat down at the table to fix it. Mira came right over, sat next to her, and didn't look away. She watched every move Greta made, whimpered softly, and looked as if she was truly worried about whether her favorite toy could be saved. Watching her, Greta understood that for Mira to stay calm, she needed more than a person's attention. Losing her usual routines unsettled her easily. For Mira to feel steady, she needs at least 2 walks a day. Without enough activity, she starts getting anxious, as if she doesn't know where to put her energy. But once she gets a little tired, she turns into a quiet couch potato who can lie beside Greta and simply watch her go about her day. There is something else that makes her genuinely happy: water. Any water play brings Mira pure joy, and Greta smiles every time she sees her jump and splash around. And every year, as winter comes closer, Greta begins to worry because without her favorite water gains and her usual rhythm, it can be especially hard for Mira to keep her inner balance. When winter settles in, Greta remembers how little Mira used to love the snow, and she hopes she'll find joy in it again, even without the water she adores. But the most important thing is how Mira helps her on the hard days. She somehow senses when things feel heavy for Greta, comes closer, lies next to her, and makes the day easier just by being there. Over time, Mira became not just a pet, but a true part of the family, and Greta loves her far more than she can put into words. She can no longer imagine her life without the same dog who fell asleep in her lap at the shelter, and from that moment on, seemed to decide she would never let her go.